So I still haven't found any videos for week 1, without it being copyrighted, but some should be coming soon, so I'll start showing clips from that game. But what we must talk about is how Rashee Rice is an absolute problem and how he's literally changing everything for the Kansas City Chiefs. So now we know in the game against the Detroit Lions, we had, Xavier Worthy had a pretty good performance, just a pretty good all-around performance from the team in general. But what a lot of people don't realize that Rashee Rice had a very good game. I mean, to start the season out like that, 103 receiving yards on 7 receptions, and just how shifty he looked and how he was getting open so easily, man. Like, those are things that you love to see as a Chiefs fan, because we know that we have a promising wide receiver, and we know that Xavier Worthy is a promising wide receiver or whatever. But Rashee Rice is promising, and I could expect him to keep up this production for literally the rest of the year. I've been saying it to myself. I'm like, Rashee Rice might mess around and, keep up this production. 100 yards a game is very possible from him. And we don't know if he's going to give us 1,700 on the year. He might be one of them guys that's up there at the end of the year when it comes to, that race for who has the most yards in the season, because what he's doing and how he's getting open out of the slot is unbelievable. He is definitely the best slot receiver in the NFL. And you can just tell that this year it's going to be something special, man. I mean, the way we came out the gate, just firing. Obviously, the defense could have been better. But even though, Isaiah likely foot was too big, we would have gave up 27 if he would have got that touchdown. But we didn't give up 27 at the end of the day. We only gave up 20, which is still pretty solid. But I just ain't like, what we was doing on third down. I feel like we could have improved on third down. And we definitely could have improved on third down. That's for sure. But the Kansas City Chiefs, man, I mean, they tried to warn us about this. And the reason why I say that is because last season, Rashee Rice was being used very heavily, throughout after the midseason, Rashee Rice started being used heavily. And now this season, it looked like he's being used even more. And what's so overpowered, I don't think people understand how this team is so overpowered. Like, what's so overpowered about this team is that they literally have a speedy wide receiver core that other defenses and, other defensive coordinators are going to have to plan to stop. That's something that is very scary. And you can't stack the box against Isaiah Pacheco without paying for it. So stuff like that factors into why this Kansas City Chiefs team is so good. And next week, we face the Cincinnati Bengals, which, we've known to have trouble against them. But I honestly don't see us having trouble against the Cincinnati Bengals this time. I actually think we're gonna play well against them. I think we're gonna, handle what they're bringing to us, and I could see us absolutely cooking them. They looked very bad against the New England Patriots, and I don't see them changing how they look, and I don't see them changing that in like a week like that. I feel like against us, they're gonna struggle even more. We know that Patrick Mahomes and company always has something to prove against the Cincinnati Bengals. And Mahomes, he wants to even up that record with Joe Burrow. So I could see the Kansas City Chiefs absolutely killing the Cincinnati Bengals. And that's just like, that's what's going to happen. The Chiefs are going to torch these teams, They're going to torch these teams. And the league is going to have no answer, especially when Rice is out there having games like this every single week, And Worthy, who's still coming along as a very good player himself, and he's building into what he's soon to be, and we don't even know what his ceiling is yet, because we just seen a sneak peek of what he could do. And if you look at that touchdown that he had in the red zone against the Ravens, that was scary. I mean, the way he just did it so easily with no problem, that was definitely scary. And Xavier Worthy's a threat. He's a threat, so it's about to go down. I mean, Rashee Rice and his slot dominance is definitely a problem for the rest of the NFL, man. The Chiefs, they hammered the Ravens defense using Rice's slot speed. And Rice totaled 12 receptions from the slot that went for more than 15 yards during the entire 2023 regular season. But he picked up more than 15 yards on 3 receptions in the season opener alone, which is crazy. And this wide receiver room is pushing Rice into a prominent slot role, because with the emergence of Xavier Worthy and obviously the eventual return of Hollywood Brown, who's injured, and we're doing this without Hollywood, which is absolutely insane. And those are both guys who have lined up primarily outside during their careers. So Rice might see more playing time in the slot this season, and it's absolutely unreal. I mean, Rashee Rice has already established himself as a very good young receiver in his rookie season in 2023. He showcased his versatility. He played almost an equal number of snaps out wide and in the slot, and also lined up on both sides of the field at about an equal rate. And this trend continued in 2024 against the Baltimore Ravens, where we won 27-20. Rice lined up in the slot 22 times and played 20 snaps out wide. He logged 10 snaps each at the outside left and right receiver spots. But his numbers from the slot suggest that he would be even more effective if he lined up in the slot more. And out of 103 receiving yards against Baltimore, 75 came from the slot, where he had 6 targets and 4 receptions, which is absolutely unreal, man. Rashee Rice is looking very, very good from the slot. And he's looking very, very healthy. It's crazy. And he could take his game to a new level as one of the best slot receivers in the NFL. I've been saying that Rashee Rice reminds me of Amon-Ra St. Brown. And Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice was unleashed against the Baltimore Ravens. And, Reed and Nagy, they found some ways to help their young receivers, which was very, very good to watch. So I loved what I was seeing, and we know Worthy's the fastest player in NFL scouting combine history, and he was making splash play after splash play in training camp, and his speed paired with the right arm of Patrick Mahomes, it made for a dangerous combination, and he's showing it in this game. In his first game, he's showing how good he is. And Rice, and this is just a crazy combo, man. This is insane what Rice and Worthy is doing as a duo. And the fact that Hollywood is going to come back and make this offense even better, I can't wait. I'm really hoping Hollywood could come back next week, but I doubt it. But when he comes back, this team is going to be deadly. And Mahomes, he need to calm down with the interception so he could get him an MVP, man. And this offense, this team in general, it's going to be scary, and it's going to be something that we're going to have to watch out for the rest of the season. And I'm going to keep making videos every day. Can't wait for game time against the Bengals. We need that to hurry up. Definitely can't wait for that. But yeah, it's been your boy Chiefs Priority, and I'm out, man.